Finals have been a precedent at the Pingree School since it was first founded. Finals this year will run from June 3rd to the 6th, and until the last one is over, students are forced to combine all the information they have learned over the year into one long assessment. Finals vary between grades, and the system has changed over the past few years. Some are against these changes, and some believe they are not drastic enough. For the most part, students dread the fact of final exams as they often include a lot of work. Hours of studying and seeing teachers can still lead to unacceptable grades. Some teachers also dislike exams, but adjusting the system requires a lot of discussion and debate. This year, the English department will not be giving a final. For most students, this can be a good thing as it cannot bring down your grade. Instead, some teachers will be giving the final projects, which will not be worth as many points as a final. Are you happy with the way your final is organized?
With the way my final's organized? My final? I would say. I think I'm pretty happy with it.
It's a little arbitrary because there's that reading day. I know as a teacher, like when I get that Monday exam, I'm like, yes, the rest of the week I could just grade. Whereas if I had to have that Wednesday or Thursday exam, I have to turn around grades in like 72 hours. Also don't think that teachers are giving valuable feedback in that kind of thing in a way that learns. We're just sort of reading very, very quickly through it and slapping a grade on it. That has a big effect on kids' grades, but I don't know if there's any actual like learning or it's a kind of constructive way to improve.
But yeah, the way the final I think is set up, it's a good setup. I like it.
In your opinion, are finals more helpful or hurtful?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a mixed bag. It certainly, I think we over-test and we have a culture based on testing. And we become a little bit guided by test results. And the hidden cost of that is sort of student wellness, student health, anxiety, rates of depression. Those seem to all be spiking the more we test. Those might just be a correlation.
I think both in a sense. I can see like both arguments. Finals are good. When you get to college, you're going to be taking finals, and very often that's going to be like one of your 2 or 3 tests of the semester. So to be able to take everything that you've done over the course of a class and, apply that to one test, I think is very important. At the same time, it's a lot to try and, get all of that, organized, get put together, and to be able to synthesize all that information.
What do you think your students' opinions of finals are?
Oh, they'd be happy to get rid of them. I feel confident that most of my students would say that.
Students' opinions, I'm sure you're not in favor of them.
Yeah. I think we'd all agree as well.
Yeah.
Do you have meetings with other members of the math department to discuss finals?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time talking about the final, trying to get that set up, the way we want it to, make sure that it's fair, make sure that it's addressing questions that we want to assess, and make sure that the questions that we're asking are clear, and our expectations are clear.
There is no denying that finals are a source of stress for many students. Many students dedicate endless hours to studying and still come out disappointed, while others are successful in doing the same amount or even less studying. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses in their various courses, but the stress students feel about each final is unwavering from course to course. How many finals do you have this year?
I have 5 finals this year.
We have like so many. We have like
5. We have 5.
Oh, we have 4. We have 4.
4? Oh yeah, we do have 4.
I have 2 finals this year.
Which final are you the most stressed about?
History will be the hardest final this year.
Probably either math or history because like they're on the same day. So it's a packed day.
Yeah, definitely math. It's the only final that's like over the entire year, like all the material.
I'm probably the most stressed for my math final.
Do you prefer the new English final strategy or the traditional organization that courses such as math still use?
I prefer the new English final because, I kind of like writing. I like writing essays rather than just, writing multiple choice or short answers. So yeah.
I like the project final just because you don't have, it's not 2 hours of just work. You're just in the time, you're not stressed about doing it and then studying up to it. And you have actually time to work and actually make it good.
I prefer the English strategy because it assesses what you know rather than what you know on like a certain day at a certain time.
In your opinion, which final do you find to be consistently hard every year?
It's probably math. I mean, every year it gets harder. Yeah.
I think that math and science are the hardest finals just because that's the areas where I struggle.
How early do you start studying?
Probably until like we finish the last test, like the last test of the year, and then I'm probably gonna get prepared for final.
Probably a couple of weeks in advance, but I like to organize my stuff throughout the year so that I can refer to them during finals.
I believe finals are more about memorization than critical thinking.
Oh my.
100%.
So much memorization.
It's all memorization.
Yes, I do think it's about memorization and critical thinking.
Do you feel as though you retain information from the year throughout the summer or forget the majority of what you learn?
I probably forget the majority. Yeah, I probably forget the majority.
I think that you'll remember the general concepts but forget the specific parts.
Exams often come with a lot of stress and commotion. They are meant to see if you can take the information you learn during the year and apply it to the numerous questions on each exam. They require each student to use critical thinking with the abundance of information they learn throughout the year, but each student ultimately needs to rely on memory for the hour-and-a-half test before they forget everything for their summer vacation. Teachers and students have different opinions on exams. Some think it is for the well-being of students, while others just see the stress. The purpose of final exams is supposed to be beneficial towards students' learning ability, but end up being about who is the best test taker and memorizer. Alternatives to final exams exist, and Pingree has already started experimenting with the English curriculum. Creative projects are more influential for students and require intellect rather than memory. Teachers can focus on providing helpful information instead of focusing on finishing the curriculum for the purpose of finals. Students can avoid the pressure of their grades dropping and the exhaustion from constant studying.